Hi, my name is David Kaloje. I'm one of the product specialists here at McGrath Honda of St. Charles. First and foremost, thank you so much on your most recent purchase of a 2024 Honda Accord EXL, and congratulations. I'm going to be walking you over through some of the features on this Accord so you know the car inside and out. Starting off with the remote start, let me just show you on the key fob how it works. You press the lock button until you hear it beep, and then you hold this half circle here. The lights will start flashing and then the car is going to start right up. And to turn the car off, you can just press that remote start feature twice again, hold on the second time, turns the car off. To open all the windows simultaneously with the moonroof, you press unlock and hold it on the second time. All the windows roll down and then the moonroof opens with them. Here on both sides of the mirrors are going to be your blind spot monitors, these little car icons right here. If somebody's in your blind spots, they're going to be turning orange. And if you try to lane change, it's going to make a noise signifying it's not safe to change lanes just yet. Here is going to be your keyless entry. So to lock the car, you just press these three stripes here. And then you should hear a beep. To unlock the car, you just grab the door handle and it unlocks just as easy as that, all with a key in your pocket. So on the exterior, there are two different ways you can open the trunk. One, there's a little button under the H here, where if you just click it, it opens right up. And then if I shut it here for you, there's a button on the key where it looks like the trunk is opening on the car. You just hold that, and the hydraulic struts do the rest for you. Over here underneath this cover, if you ever get a flat tire or run out of gas, you do have a fix-a-flat kit, and you do have a gas funnel, just so the gas doesn't spill everywhere. To fold down the seats, you just press this lever here towards you. And there's also one right over here. If you go around the car, you can fold the seats down yourself. It's going to be a 60-40 split, so you can put these seats down. You can put this seat down. Or if you want, you can have one of them remain up just like this. So up front on the driver's seat, it is 8 ways power adjustable, so you can move the seat forwards or backwards, lift the thigh rest up or down. You can also lean back or forward, and you can adjust the lumbar for more lumbar or less lumbar. You also have memory seats, which are going to be located right over here. To set it, all you have to do is press set, and let's say you're driver 1, just hold 1, and it sets. To do it for driver 2, same thing, just press driver 2 and it'll go based off the key you use. So if you use key 1 for driver 1, it'll remember your seating position. Key 2 for driver 2, it'll remember their seating position. So for the driver, we do have a digital gauge cluster with a few different options. On the left side, you have about 8 or 9 different options, being FM, AM, USB, which is going to connect to your aux. Bluetooth, which is going to show you anything that's playing on Bluetooth or your calls. Smartphone, which is going to be for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is wireless. Alexa, so if you have an Alexa at home, you can pair it to the car. You can kind of customize the display however you want here. And you got back to go back to wherever you originally wanted to be. And on the right side, you do have a few different options, being your range and fuel, speed and time, navigation, driver attention, which shows you if you're alert or not. You have your seatbelt, so it does show you who's wearing the seatbelts and who's not. Maintenance, which is going to be your oil life. Safety support to show you which of the Honda sensing features are working. No content if you just want a blank screen. And then brightness settings to see how you want to adjust the brightness on your driver's side display. You have vehicle stability mode that shows you if your vehicle stability is on or off. And you have gauge display settings. And now I'm going to be going over the adaptive cruise control with you guys. So to set the cruise here, you just press this button. Then you can set the speed for higher or lower here. This could be for your following distance, being that it has adaptive cruise. If somebody is in front of you, the car is going to brake for you and follow that car in front of you at a safe distance so you're not tailgating it. If you want to set it to closer, you just want to make sure it's less bars than it is. If you want to set it for further, it's going to be more bars. So this is going to be your lane keep assist. If you turn that on while you're on cruise control, it will keep you centered in the lanes. It'll basically steer for you, but it will tell you to keep your hands on the wheel. You can also use lane keep assist when you're not on cruise control, and to turn the cruise control off you just press this cancel button here. And then going over some of the radio settings, you can skip the songs here. You can go back by pressing this button here. You can do a higher volume here, lower volume here, and then this will give you your voice commands. And to go over some of the climate controls, to move the vents, all you have to do is move this left or right. To close the vents, you go up or down to close, up to open. You have heated seats for both driver and passenger. To turn them off, you press it 3 times. You have your circulation here, that'll circulate the air throughout the whole vehicle. You do have mode here, so you can pick where the air blows, whether it's at your feet, your face, both, the windshield or your feet, your face only, so on and so forth. This is going to be your front defroster, this is going to be your rear defroster with heated mirrors, and this is going to be your AC. To turn the climate up, you just press this knob to the right. To turn it down, you press it to the left. This is going to be your fan speed, and this is going to be for the driver side passenger. And if you want to sync the temperature for both driver and passenger, you just press sync again. So I'm not going to be showing you guys how to connect your phone to Apple CarPlay. Android Auto is going to be very similar, so just bear with me here. You just go into smartphone projection. It's going to ask you if you want to connect the device. You just press connect device. Connect new device. Now you're going to want to go into your phone settings here. You want to go into Bluetooth. And then search for the device on the bottom here. It's going to be named the Honda Accord. You just want to press pair if the pairing code matches, which it does. Allow the contacts to sync. Now it's connected to Bluetooth. While it does that, the car is going to ask you if you want to be a priority device. Just press yes. And now it's going to ask you if you want to pair to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Press yes again. Same thing here, you just want to confirm. You're going to want to give it a second. And you press the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto icon on the screen here. Give it a second to load up and then press it again. On your phone, it's going to ask you if you want to use CarPlay or Android Auto. You just press use CarPlay. Give it a second, and now you're connected to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I'm going to be going over the infotainment with you guys now. I know there's a lot of buttons to press. I want to go over what they do with each and every one of you. So once you're connected to Bluetooth, which I just showed you earlier, you can go into your phone or Bluetooth audio. The power flow here, that's going to be where the power is going. So whether the engine is charging the battery is sending power to both wheels, or both are working simultaneously. You can find that out through the screen. You have your FM radio here and your trip computer, which you can also display in the driver's gauge cluster. Here you have your Alexa, so you can connect that to your home Alexa, and again, you can set the temperature in your own house or turn on the lights, so on and so forth, depending on how you have your Alexa set up. Smartphone projection, that was the same thing as the Apple CarPlay Android Auto. USB, that's going to be for aux cord. Vehicle settings, that's going to be where you find a lot of your safety features and your creature comfort settings. I'll go over that in more detail later on in this video. System updates, that's going to just show you if the car has any infotainment updates. Wi-Fi hotspot, brought to you by AT&T. General settings, that's going to be where you find stuff like maintenance information, so on and so forth. Profile settings, that's going to be for your driver profile. Clock is going to be for the clock right up here. You can set it to a certain time zone. AM radio, Honda Link for the Honda Link app. Compass, display mode, so if you want it darker or brighter. And then all apps are going to be displayed in the all apps feature. So if you want to ever take an app off the infotainment system, you just uncheck it and it's off. If you want to bring it back, you just check it back and it comes back. So now going into vehicle settings. As you may notice, the car is not Canyon River Blue, so we can change that really easy by going to the menu here. Going into body color, and you can change the car icon to Canyon River Blue here. Now if you hit back twice, you're back in the vehicle settings main menu. Here's your TPMS calibration, so if you ever just filled up your car with air after it lost some in the tire, press TPMS calibration. It's going to ask you if you want to calibrate it, and it'll turn the air pressure light right off. Meter setup, that's going to be for your gauge cluster, so you can adjust the outside temperature, trip A, trip B, adjust alarm volume, so on and so forth. Keyless access setup. So that's going to be for the keyless entry. So if you put your hand on the door handle when the car unlocks, right now it's set to driver's door only. If you press into here, you can do all doors. If you don't want the driver's door only to unlock and you want to let your passengers in at the same time. You have the keyless access beep, keyless access light flash, remote start. You can turn that on or off, and then lockout prevention, which if you have your key in the car will not lock you out. You can always turn that on and off as well. Door setup is going to be for the auto door locks. So right now it's set with vehicle speed. You can change it to shift from park, or you can turn that off automatically. You're probably asking, what is auto door lock? That's if you drive away or shift from park, depending on what you have it set to. It'll lock the doors for you automatically. Walkaway auto lock, right now that's off. If you want to turn it on, you just press this button here. And what that does is when you walk away from the car and the key is in your pocket, the car will lock itself for you, so you don't have to take the key out of your pocket. And then we're going to go back here. Individual settings, that's going to be for the powertrain, steering, adaptive cruise, gauge, so on and so forth. So you can set those to Econ, Sport, or Normal. Depending on how you like your drive setup, you can customize it to fit your lifestyle. You have your maintenance information here. It's going to be oil life, which you can also do through the driver's gauge cluster. Driver assist setup. This is going to be for your safety features. So adaptive cruise control, vehicle detect beep. You can turn that on or off. Lane keep assist, suspend beep. You can turn that on or off. Road departure mitigation settings, you can set it to normal, narrow, or wide. Forward collision warning distance, same thing, long, normal, or short. Blind spot information, you can have it set to audible and visual, so it can do the beep if you're about a lane change, or you can just set it to visual only. Traffic sign recognition, so if the car drives by any traffic signs such as stop signs or speed limits, it'll display it in the gauge cluster for you. You can turn that on or off if you don't really like that. Traffic sign recognition system, vehicle speed warning. So what that's going to be is if you're going over the speed limit and you have your traffic sign recognition on, the car is going to start flashing the speed limit at you to signify that you're going over the speed limit. You can turn that on or off. Right now it's off. Driver attention monitor, right now that's off. That's going to be for the driver's display setting with the vehicle attention. Depending on if you like that feature or not, you can kind of set it to whatever you like. And then rear sensor setting, this car is equipped with backup sensors, and I will be showing you that in a bit. So now I'll be showing you the 3 different backup cameras that Honda offers, as well as the cross traffic alert. If you put the car into reverse, this is going to be the wide view. It's going to be that very first icon there. So as you can see, you can kind of see a little bit wider than you can with a normal backup camera. This is going to be the normal view. This is the most accurate for parking. It shows you how close you're backing up into anything at the most accurate visual. And this is going to be the top-down view, which is going to show you the ground to show you if you're parked in between the lines or close to backing up into anything. This is the cross traffic alert. It always stays on unless you press it, then you turn it off. If it's gray, it's off. Blue, it's on. What that does is if a car is coming from the right or left side behind you, the car is going to pick it up, point an arrow at the screen from where the car is coming from, and beep at you to signify that it's not safe to back up just yet. If I go here and here, this is going to be the brightness for the backup camera. You can set it to super dim or super bright. So here, right under the gear selector, you're going to find your drive mode. Right now the car is in normal mode. If you want to go into sport mode, you flick it up. Once you're in sport, you can flick to individual, which then will take you to the settings aforementioned earlier, where you can set your own drive modes for the engine, transmission, and adaptive cruise. From individual, if you go down twice, you're back into normal. And you go down once from normal, you're in econ. That's going to save you the most gas. It'll lower the climate controls a little bit, and then it'll also limit how high you can rev just to save you some gas. So this is going to be your EV selector. Right now the car is an auto EV, so what that does is whenever the driving conditions are ideal, It sets the car into EV mode, which is electric vehicle mode, for you. If you press the button, you're in EV mode, but you can only do that when the driving conditions are ideal, such as when your climate controls aren't too high or low, and when the weather's nice out, and if you're not driving, at higher speeds and the car's revving pretty high. That's when you can set the car into EV automatically. So if you hold the EV button, you go into the charge mode, so the car is going to start charging the battery for you once it gets low. The way to tell if the battery is low is if you go into the left side here, it shows you all the bars the battery has. Once the car gets to about 3 bars, that's when it'll start self-charging, but if you're not braking that much, the best way to charge the car is by holding the EV button. And lastly here, I'll be going over how to open the sunroof. So to tilt it, you just push the button inwards. To close it, you just have your finger behind the button here and you push it away from you. To open the car's sunroof fully, you just flick the button towards you and it opens automatically. And to close it back up, all you have to do is flick the button away from you again. Thank you for your most recent purchase of a 2024 Honda Accord EXL Hybrid. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, and I hope this video was informative to you. If you need any further explanation on the car, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions for you.